receive you in this communion with open arms and a loving, contrite heart, so that I may be filled with your grace for my good and your glory. Amen. May I receive you in this communion with open arms, a loving, contrite heart, so that I may be filled with your grace for my good and your glory. Amen. Be with me, Lord. Be with me, Lord, for my good, your glory. Amen. Be with me, Lord. Be with me, Lord, for my good and your glory. Amen. So let us confidently approach the throne of grace to receive mercy, to find grace for timely help. That's Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. I'm Wade McNutt, professional musician, worship leader. And, one of the core things that we do as Catholics is receive communion. I'm sure a million times by now you've heard it's the source and summit of our faith. Well, it is. It's so easy. And I have 4 kids, okay? And sometimes to be in the right mindset when you get to communion, you're just happy you're alive. So really being able to focus in on receiving communion and getting your heart in the right place, it's essential. When I moved to Houston, Texas, the church that I started going to, right before communion, they would sing this song called Sanctuary. It's, Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary. And for years and years, they sang this song, and it's this beautiful reminder of what we're about to do. And after I started playing music there, I thought, I wonder if there's some other prayers, some ancient prayers or whatever, to prepare our hearts for communion. And so I started digging around. I found this little prayer: May I receive you in this communion with open arms and a loving, contrite heart. I fell in love with this simple little prayer, and it's become this perfect song to pray whenever you're extraordinary ministers of the Holy Eucharist, when they're making their way up and everything is kind of transitioning. So this song just seamlessly helps move into communion and get our hearts right and pray this simple prayer so that we can receive God and be closer to Him. All right, so let me show you a few simple things you can do during this song to make it sound really good and prayerful. So at the beginning, I want you just to have G, D, G, D. Here's middle C here. And what we can do is just roll from bottom to top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now that essential movement is something that you can keep. Once we have all the chords down, you can keep that throughout the whole song. May I receive you in this communion. All right, as long as there's 4 notes together, you can do that. So let me show you the individual chords. We'll work through this quickly. Remember, you can pause the video to learn each one of these. So don't think you're going to do it in real time. All right. So that's our G chord that we're just vamping on. And if you wanted to, you could play this middle note because that is a full G chord too. So you could go, or you could go like this. It's your choice. So may I receive you in this communion. And we have this G/B, which means we're going to move a B to the bass. We only do that once because it's a quick chord. And then we'll land on our C. So what I'm going to do is C in the bass. And this is part of a C chord, C, E, G. I'm just inverting it so it can be together. So here's C, E, G, but we would put the G down there. And I'm just going to play the bottom two parts of it. But you can do whatever you want. You could go, or you could go. So you do that 3 times. Communion. Then a quick D chord. So D, F sharp, A is what we need for a D chord. We're going to do D's in the bass. With O, and again, I'm going to leave maybe out this middle note. With O, we only do that 1 time. With open arms. Then we're at E minor. All right, so you want to be able to switch in between these chords that I'm showing you quickly in order to play this song. All right, arms. Here's our E minor, E, G, B, E's in the bass. Arms and back to our D, loving contrite, to our C chord, heart. All right, now we should be rocking through the song if you know your chords. So that I may be filled with your grace, for my good, your glory, amen. We'll repeat it through. So now you can play and sing if you've got the chords down. So let's do that. 2, 3, 4. May I receive you in this communion with open arms and a loving contrite heart, so that I may be filled with your grace, for my good and your glory, amen. Stay on that G. Just to point out, don't play the piano like this. Make sure your hands are out. You have a nice curve in your hands and you're playing like that. I'm just doing this you can see what notes are going on with the piano. Wade taught me how to play. Yay. All right. So into the refrain now. Same thing for the C. Be with me, Lord. To that D chord. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Our B7, add 4, omit 3. That looks like a really, really long chord, doesn't it? But here's what you want to do. We're going to play A, E, and this F sharp. And then when we go to the regular B7, we'll just go down to here. So the first time it's telling you to omit this note, omit the 3, the middle of the chord, and then we resolve to the middle of the chord. So get that down. In the bass we'll go just B's, B's, resolve, and then on that B/D sharp, D sharp's talking to the bass player. If you want to, you can keep the A here, or you can just go to a regular B, or it's a B/D sharp. So this one might take a little bit to get that transition, but it's so pretty when you do. All right, then we'll land on, this would be a great part to pause if you need to and write down the notes and whatnot. On an E sus, E, A, B, E's in the bass. Then you resolve down to the E minor. So all you do is move from the sus to the minor by moving to that G. Then we should be chords we know to the end of the song. For my good, your glory, amen. So let me take you through that refrain real slowly so we can see how we might play it. 2, 3, 4. Be with me, Lord. Be with me. So I do a little bit more tricky stuff. So you can either try and do the rolling type thing, and you can do multiple notes at once. I kind of change up the notes as I go. So on that first part, be with me. I'll land here first. Then here. By that time, our bass is moving up. Then our E sus. So on a lot of these, I'll kind of land on the chord first and then do the rolling. D, C. So it's your choice kind of how you want to move through it. If that's way too much, you could just play the straight chords like that. Be with me, Lord, for my good. All right, so take it whatever level that you're at, but you can do this rolling pattern that's so pretty and mix and match the notes that are in there. So let me play this in time so you can see what it sounds and feels like. 2, 3, 4. Be with me, Lord. Be with me, Lord. For my good, your glory, amen. And you can do this just to vamp on the way out. Vamp means stay on one chord, or one chord progression. And again, you can kind of stay at this at the beginning of the song for longer, just as an intro. And there you go. God, let us not take for granted the amazing gift that you have given us in communion. Your body, your blood, your presence. Help us to always just focus in and know who we are receiving. God, we thank you for your love and for being in our lives and being so present with us. I pray for everyone who is watching and listening and learning. May God bless you. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.